All right, what's going on YouTube? Back with another video. I've seen it's not too many reviews of this phone. So right here we're looking at the Nubia Z60 Ultra. This is my first Nubia phone. I don't even think I heard of Nubia. I've heard of the Red Magic phones, the gaming phones that they put out. And I don't know, I can't remember where I saw this. I think just randomly in my YouTube page it came across. So what intrigued me most about this phone is, if you'll notice, you don't see a camera hole punch out on front. No notch, no camera, no ugly, hole in the middle of a beautiful screen. That's exactly what we have here. And sometimes it will appear and you can see it very lightly, depending on what color background, but then it just disappears or it's there for a second, but you can't really see it. This phone has the latest Snapdragon 3 chip in it. It has an IPX8 rating, dust and water resistant. Has my version has 16 gigabytes of RAM, 512 gigabytes of storage, all for $760. So you get the latest Snapdragon, latest features, latest and great. So check this out. This is the back of the phone here. You have 3 different cameras, all with OIS, optic image stabilization. Yeah, I don't know the exact specs on the camera. You guys can look those up, but it's just, man, it's just a beautiful phone, right? It's a slab phone, box, square. It's amazing build quality. If you look at the side here, you got your power button, this red button, fingerprint sensor. Let's test that out really quick. It does have an always on display. Fingerprint sensor. It's unlocked because it's at my house, I believe, or on my person. But yeah, volume buttons above the power button there. I like the red accent that we got going on here. You got the Nubia branding, you got the red ring around the camera, you got the red power button, and then you'll notice this button right here. It's like a switch. So you push it up, and for me, it opens up the camera, right? And let's just go ahead and take a quick look at that. Yeah, opens up the camera. Obviously, you're not going to be able to tell here. But you can also set this to do multiple things. So you can set it to open up an app, I believe. You could set it to open up your flashlight. You can set it to put the phone on vibrate. There's like 5 different settings you can do. On the left side of the phone, there is nothing. Yeah, 6.8-inch screen. I believe its resolution is just above full HD. It has a 6,000 milliamp battery, biggest on any non-gaming phone. So while we're talking about that, let's go into the settings here. Let's go into the settings. Let's go to battery. Let's go down to hardware. And so we're at 5 hours and 3 minutes of screen on time with 60% battery left, dude. 5 hours and 3 minutes of screen on time with 60% battery left. Okay, I've never had a phone with battery life like that. That's one of the main reasons why I purchased this phone. Now I have a Z Fold 4, could have traded in. S23, I could have traded in for the Samsung. I'm actually filming that right now on that phone. Could have traded in for the S24 Ultra. I still might down the line. But the cost to make these phones is literally dirt cheap. We're talking like $500 or less. I think less than that, literally. And how much they sell these phones for, companies like Apple and Samsung, and I hate to say it, Sony, although I love Sony and they're doing a lot of great things in the hardware department, but they're just raping people, dude. It's outrageous. This phone has all the top of the line specs for 2024 for half the cost of an S24 Ultra. And that's for the, I believe that's for, you know, the 12 gigabyte 256 model at $1,300. This is 512, 16 gigs of RAM, Snapdragon Gen 3, 6,000 milliamp battery, amazing cameras on the back for half price, dude. I think it's only 1,500 nits of brightness I've taken out in the sun. No big deal. I don't think we need 2,600 nits. I think it's just marketing, you know? I mean, if your phone, if you can see your phone in the sun, who cares? You know, it doesn't make sense to me. Another thing I want to add about this phone, it reminds me of a OnePlus phone as far as the speed goes. I haven't had a single hiccup. I haven't had a single stutter. I haven't had the phone freeze on me. I've had zero issues with this phone, and it's just fast and smooth. It really is, like, just zero issues whatsoever. So let's go through here. I'm going to take you into the settings and just kind of walk you through the settings here. I'm looking at it through my phone screen, so bear with me here. Okay, so first off, I'm on AT&T. It had pretty much 90% of the bands. I think it was missing the millimeter wave bands and like one of the main 5G bands. Initially, when I heard Floss do a review, he said it works on all carriers. When I got this phone, and I had full bars and it said 5G, but I was at my house using Wi-Fi and I didn't notice until I left my house. I thought because I had 5G going with full bars, I was going to get service. Now, I know this phone works with Verizon and T-Mobile right out of the box. I got it working on AT&T by literally having to call them about 7 different times, talking to advanced tech, and then you find a person who's willing to just remove the restriction. Lady, I called her, she's like, oh, there's a restriction on here. That's funny. Let me just remove it. And then lo and behold, it worked. I have full coverage. This is Seattle, and I've had zero issues. So let's go through here. So mobile, let's go to mobile network here. Okay, so you got your basic airplane mode, data saver, hotspot, mobile data, SIM cards. It is dual SIM, which is nice as well. Almost forgot. It's got an IR blaster, which is great. You got connected devices, Z Smart Cast. If you want to cast it to your TV, compatible TV or monitor. You got your VPN. You got your private DNS connection preferences. Android Auto does work on this phone, no issues. Let's see. Theme and personalization. They got a couple different themes, not many. Go in here to set your wallpaper, your lock screen. They got some pretty cool ones. Always on display, app icons, ZET locker. I think that just auto rotates between their apps or their wallpapers that they have. Always on display, which is pretty cool. I have this one up here top left going. There's another cool one where you can write in whatever you want and that'll be on your display. I really like that feature. They also got some really cool wallpapers in here too, I won't lie. One which I'm not using, but let me just show you their wallpapers. So the ones that I really like the jellyfish. I think that's pretty badass. This one's pretty cool too. You got your Starry Night. You got your Black Crystal, your Form of the Wind, cluster of whatever that was. This guy's pretty cool too. I like that. Pretty beautiful. It's good for them AMOLED displays, those colors there. So yeah, so you got your always on display. You got your fingerprint here. You can change the different animations for your fingerprint, which is pretty cool. I'll just walk you through them. You got that one. You got that. That one, I like the water droplet around. Thought that was pretty cool. That I didn't even realize you keep going over. Okay. Nubia's doing it. Oh, that one's pretty dope too. I'm gonna keep it on the one I had. Where was it? Is that the one I had? Where's the one I had? I don't even remember. Whatever. You got your effects for when you got notifications coming in. You got some different effects you could choose. I'll walk you through those as well. So you got this blue, you got this white, got the green on the side there, little white lines. I'm just going to take you through it, you know. Let's see. So you got your effects, you got your font, you got your colors and shape, which is going to change your pull down menu here. You can have it based off the background, your wallpaper, or you can choose one of the ones that's already in here. I'm just going to I think it was on that to match my background. Okay, so then you got your home screen. Let's go in there. You got home screen mode, and I believe that's it, whether you want to swipe. Yep, different modes there. You got your icon layout. That's cool. Yeah, so I'm using Nova Launcher, so I'm just walking you through the stock launcher. Lock home screen layout, autofill apps, loop screens, display Google app, swipe to the left. It's got the Discovery Google or whatever it is. Let's go down to display. Got your dark mode, you got your read mode, you got your night light, you got your color and temperature. Let's go in there. You can set it to colorful, standard, or soft. I have mine on colorful. Bear with me, holding the phone with one hand here. Got your font, make that bigger or smaller. Got your display size, your screen timeout, screen refresh rate locked at 120. You got your, don't even know what that is. Tiny screen display adjustment, auto rotate. Nothing really to see there. Sound and vibration. That's another thing. This phone has really good vibration, really good haptics built in. I was pretty impressed. You got your Sync Mind 5G smart communication. You got your Z Smart sidebar, which is on the side here. Let me just pop that out and then click on it. Boom, it'll pull it up in a small screen. You can click on it to enlarge it, or you can make it disappear. I like that. You got your floating window. Which you could, there's a gesture to do that, or for any app, I believe you just drag it up to the top. Oh, another cool thing is, let's go back in there really quick. So your app duplicator. So basically you can have Gmail, Facebook, Instagram, all with 2 different app logins. I like that. I wish more phones had that. Go down to your apps here. Actually, no, I skipped features. Let's go back to features. You got your sliding switch settings. So yeah, let's take a look. So basically you got your camera, you got your game space, you got your flashlight, you got your face record, voice record, and then quickly switch sound mode, street mode, or rear camera video mode. Okay, there you go. You have your system navigation. We all know the 3 buttons on bottom or swipe. We got the one-handed mode. You got your Z pop, which is a little floating ball you can enable. Then it pops up with different actions. You got your screen record. You got your app duplicator, which we just talked about. Screen edge mistouch prevention, improved mistouch prevention. You got your gesture in motion. So you got double tap to wake and make the double tap to wake and sleep. 3-finger swipe up for split screen, 3-finger swipe down for screenshot. You got your raise to wake, auto answer, pick up the phone to lower ringtone, pocket mode, snooze, dismiss alarm, which is basically your alarm goes off, 3 fingers to make it snooze, flip it over to silent. Change to earpiece. Basically, if your phone's on speaker and you pick it up, it goes straight to your earpiece. Shake for flashlight. So I had a hard time figuring it out, right? I got the screen off and doesn't want to turn on. Got to hit the power button, give it a little flash, boom. Works every time. Just got to have the screen on. You can't do it from a lock state. There's my always on display, which I have set. Am I touching it? Sorry, I can't see. Hold on. There we go. Sorry. By the way, that fingerprint sensor works 9 times out of 10, if not 10 out of 10, and it's pretty quick too. No issues with the on-screen fingerprint sensor. I like the shake flashlight deal. I wish they did. Really, I wish I can, this side button here, I wish I could set it to flashlight and then double test the power button to launch the camera, which they don't have baked in here. One of my kind of gripes about this phone. Another really cool feature I really like, let's go to gesture in motion. I think I covered that, is the scheduled power on and off. So if you have an alarm set and you mess up on the time, it's actually going to power up before your alarm goes off, which is pretty cool. So basically, if you don't want to sleep with your phone on, which really it's not good for you, electronics in your room while you're sleeping, that's a proven fact. Anyways, not going to get into that. Has a scheduled power on and off, which I really like, and for the alarm as well, which is pretty cool. Accessibility, wake up Google Assistant. Where we at? Let's go to apps here. I'm just gonna walk you through it. Default apps, screen. That's just almost 5 hours with 60%. That's pretty amazing. App battery usage, notifications, battery. You got your power saving. Power saving says it will get us 55 hours and 54 minutes. Ultra power saving, 80 hours and 30 minutes. I believe it comes with an 80-watt charger in the box, turbo charge, charge separation, which is pretty cool as well. App AI controls. So basically you set your permissions for each app, whether how you want it to run in the background, how you want it to handle it. I've had no issues with notifications coming in after my phone has been asleep. Zero issues whatsoever. Let's go into more settings here. Let's see. We got scenario optimization. Oops, excuse me. That's 5G, adaptive 5G. Want to keep that on. Scenario optimization, sleep mode, optimize when app is not in use, battery percentage display. That's another one I like that used to be in custom ROMs. Basically the battery percentage is inside of the battery instead of next of it, like lots of phones do, which just takes up more space up there, which never made sense to me. Let's see what else here. Let's go to storage. You can see that I've used 295. Oh, excuse me. That's what's left. 295 gigabytes. Location. Security and privacy. Remove access to certain apps. Set all your permissions. Let's go back. Actually, no, we're not gonna. No need to do that. Safety and emergency. You could set your medical information, emergency information, all that good stuff. SOS notifications, user and accounts, digital well-being, Google system update about phone. Yeah, so all in all, man, I'm a flagship guy. I've always been one to stay up on the latest and greatest tech. I was looking at the Oppo Find 7 X, I think it was Pro, or the Vivio X100, or the S24 Ultra. And I gotta admit, man, like, just what they charge for these phones, it's ridiculous, dude. And in 2024, this is the ultimate flagship killer, okay? It smokes OnePlus in the camera department and the battery department. The software, it's okay, There's a couple things that I think it lacks in terms of features, but it's no deal breaker. It has enough features in there for me, and it's similar to stock Android, just with some added extra features. But the price that you pay for what you get, and check this out, I'm not going to get into the cameras on here. I'm not some big, huge camera guy, although I just, I watch reviews and I go with what reviews say. People have put this phone up against the Vivio X100. In some instances, it was better. In other instances, it wasn't. So if it can compete with the Vivio X100, it's competing with the Oppo, it's competing with the S24 Ultra, it's competing with the iPhone. 120 hertz refresh rate, always on display. A lot of these phones, like, you got to turn off certain features if you want the battery life to last. That's one of the main selling points, in my opinion. I don't care how great the camera is and how awesome the phone is. If I got to charge my phone, once or twice during the day, I'm just not going to buy it. I consider myself a heavy user. Granted, I just got this phone, so I'm spending more time on it. But 5 hours of screen on time with 57% battery life left, come on, man. Like, what phone is doing that? Like, maybe the Red Magic 9 Pro that comes with a 6500 milliamp battery. But watching content on here with no hole punch and just look at the display. There's no hole punch. There's no notch. That was one of the main selling features. Not only that, but I'm sorry, all these other phones look whack. They all look the same. Samsung's been doing it for God knows how long. The phone's got a little weight to it, but it's not stupid heavy. Like, it feels right, to be honest. Like, it just feels good. Feels good holding on it. Weight, it's not with the camera in the back. It's not like it's way down in the back. It's evenly dispersed. Another really cool feature. Let's just go ahead and throw it on its side. Like, it's gonna sit there because it's flat. Okay, you put it up like this. Hold on, bear with me. It's going to stand up. Okay. Some downsides. Let's talk about the downsides about this phone. So obviously the front camera, I knew it was going to be dog shit. Like, you're not, obviously, it's got an under display front camera. It's going to look like shit. They say it's really good for what it is. It's the best iteration. That's awesome. If I really want to take a selfie, I'll just turn the phone around, take a picture. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it's not hard. And I don't think that, I mean, whatever. I can understand if you vlog and you make Instagram and you want to read the comments. Floss pointed that out. That makes a lot of sense. Me personally, I'm not a big selfie guy. If I want to take a selfie, I'll flip the phone around and do it. But even if this phone cost, let's say, $1,000, I still would have got it. Still would have got it. For battery life alone, for the no-notch display, so uninterrupted display, okay, to sacrifice the front camera, has an IR blaster, which my Hisense TV, I pushed the power button 20 fucking times. It doesn't want to turn off. So it's got an IR blaster, another really cool feature, which, you know, I wish more phones had. I know all the Chinese be doing it, the OnePluses, the Vivos, the Oppos. The build quality, it feels super premium. It looks super dope. Like, it's unique. Nothing else looks like it. I love the red power button. I love the red accents that they got going on. The 80-watt fast charger in the box, unlike these other companies. Dude, they're ripping you off. They've been ripping me off. Like, it's just facts, man. It literally less than, you know, it's probably like $200-300 maybe to make these iPhones and Samsungs and phones. They're making a killing, bro. And the iteration from the S23 Ultra to the 24 Ultra, it's bullshit, okay? It just is. Like, and every year, you got to think, every year they pump these out, you know, maybe 3 or 4 years, you get something really cool and it's a new feature and it's actually worth a higher price tag, but not even what they're charging. I understand people who have the money like myself to just go buy it. And you're a tech guy, you're a phone guy, and you just want to do it. That's understandable. Like, if you can just afford it, you want the latest, greatest, cool. But like, just know they're ripping you off, dude. And one thing I am bummed out about, I know on the Red Magic 9 Pro, they put the headphone jack in there. They could have fit it in here. Like, why they didn't, I don't know. Cut down on cost would be my guess. I would have happily paid an extra $50 just to do that. So that's one thing. Expandable storage, I'm not really worried about. You know, shooting in 4K. Oh yeah, another thing. Shoots in 120 FPS on all 3 lenses. And I'm just gonna tell you from my experiences, the camera's great. Like, the camera's great. I have no issues with the cameras. Camera's phenomenal. Like I said, it's going to compete with those other phones, better in some cases, worse in others. But it's right up there with the top of the top. It really is. And I urge you, go check out other videos, but not a lot of people are talking about this phone, man. And then it nails all the boxes. Like, it's fast, it's fluid, no lag, great build quality, unique design. Ain't nobody else going to be rocking this. And to be honest, you come up, I love how I really don't give a fuck what people think about me, and I'm not trying to be like I don't care about none of that. But ain't nobody got this phone that's out and about, and it just looks like a beast, dude. Look at that. Look at the camera module on the back. It just looks like a beast, and nobody else got it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, if you're not trying to spend these outrageous prices and you want all the top tier techs of 2024 and everything going forward, man, and with a massive battery like this, an IR blaster, an uninterrupted display with a phenomenal camera, you don't need to be paying over a G to get phenomenal cameras. And Nubia has proven that right now. This shit's all over the OnePlus 12, competes, if not beats, some case scenarios with the Vivo. It's a great phone. Now, one people say is that updates, they haven't been good about updates in the past. I know Nubia is promising 3 Android update. So we're on 14 right now, so it's going to go to 17. And since I've got this phone within 4 days, it's had 3 updates. So I don't know. I'm not too worried about it for the price you pay. Now this phone is $650 for 12 gigabytes of RAM and 250 gigabytes of storage. So, I mean, you can't beat that price for what you're getting. It doesn't have wireless you don't need it. You don't need wireless charging on a phone that has a 6,000 milliamp battery that's going to last you 2 days of heavy use. You don't need it, just flat out. So wireless charging is irrelevant. 80-watt fast charging, you're good to go. I can do with the reverse wireless charging as well for other things. You know, I mean, yeah, it's a cool feature, but it's not a deal breaker for me. You know, you need convenience, I guess, right? You get to your desk, you got your fast charger, just put it on. But you're only doing that if your battery can't be sustained, right? You're not killing this battery in a day. Like maybe if you're just going to sit there and you're going to game every day on your if you're going to game every day on your phone for like 10 hours straight, then you'll kill it. But I don't play games on phones. Not my cup of tea, man. But yeah, everybody check this phone out. It's the Nubia Z60 Ultra, man. This shit is the real flagship killer of 2024. Outcompetes others for a price of what phone with this specs should truly cost, because these other companies are raping you. If you like this video, leave a like. Thanks, y'all. Peace.